Tough. That's the best way I can describe what happened last week on Lake Gaston. I did not have a good tournament at all. I did not have good practices at all. I couldn't get on any kind of real pattern. I feel very fortunate just to have caught 2 fish and weighed in 2 fish. I caught a lot more than 2 fish, but they were all short. And but I weighed in 2 fish for 4 pounds and 12 ounces, which was unacceptable. In my Gaston preview video, I told you, anything less than me catching a limit was pretty much unacceptable. So, did not accomplish my goal, but it was a very, very, very difficult tournament, and I think anybody that fished it will tell you that. I think the guy who won the thing will tell you it was a tough tournament, and good bites were hard to come by. All of my fish all week long came on a worm, whether it was a wacky rigged worm or a shaky head. I could not get a bite on a spinner bait or a buzz bait or any kind of reaction bait. Current was pulling really good through Gaston, so I just knew the bite was going to be there, but it wasn't. I focused a lot on the south side of the lake during practice, and even on tournament day, that's where I went to, because I had caught 1 or 2 decent fish on the south side of the lake. I caught one that was 4.5, all over 5 pounds in practice, and so I knew that there was a possibility of big fish being there, and I know a couple of spots down on that side of the lake where they bed some, and I was not specifically looking for bedding fish. I targeted docks a lot. The dock bite was not there. I heard of a bunch of people actually catching some good ones off of stumps. Docks and stumps is what I fished a lot of. But again, I only managed 2 fish. It was a very, very, very difficult tournament for me. I'm a little bit disappointed. I wish there's no excuses. I wish I had a really good explanation for why I couldn't get a decent bite, but I don't. Tournament started out a little bit slow. I think I caught my first keeper at around 8 o'clock. We blasted off around 6:40-ish or so. And so I shot down to the south side of the lake, and like I said, about an hour later or so, I picked off my first fish. Then I didn't really get another substantial bite until about 12 o'clock. And then about noon, I picked off a good 3-pounder, and maybe a tad bit more than 3-pounder. And that fish was actually, I swear, I don't know exactly, I can't say for sure, but it looked like that fish had spawned out and was moving back out, because I was fishing towards the front of the pocket, and I think that fish was on her way back out. But that was a solid fish, and at that time when I caught that fish, it's amazing what one fish will do for you. But I caught that 3-pounder, and I'm sitting there with 2 fish with about 3.5 hours to go, and my confidence just went from here way up to here, because I'm just thinking to myself, just 3 more bites, it's easy, I can get 3 bites easy. It takes 3 minutes to get 3 bites, and maybe not even that long if you're in the right situation. But unfortunately, that bite never came. I never got a bite for the rest of the day, and that was very, very stressful for me. That was only I think I counted it up, my 10th or 11th time on the lake, and so still relatively inexperienced on Gaston, but I know the lake really good. I know how to run it, and I know seasonal patterns there. So again, that's not an excuse either. But I do think that that the experience that I had on that tournament day is going to pay off for me later down the road. For example, if this tournament is the same time next year, I'll be able to use this as an experience to learn from, and to actually grow as an angler from. And I guess that's what it's all about anyways, just growing as an angler getting better and better, and learning from experience. I've only been doing this for 4 years, so we're still kind of getting started. But either way, it was a disappointing day. Good thing though, I got the opportunity to meet a couple of other guys that I've actually met here on YouTube, so it was really cool to see them and talk to them and see how their day was. So I think that's really cool, and that kind of made me want to post more YouTube videos and more of my experiences. So be looking out for that. As far as what's up next for me, I have a North Carolina Bass Nation tournament coming up. That is going to be May 19th and 20th. That's a humongous tournament for me. That gives me the opportunity to make the state team and go fish towards the Bassmaster Classic. So I'm definitely going to put a lot of time and effort and energy into that. And again, that's coming up in about 2 weeks or so. I also got another tournament this weekend on the Neuse River with a small club tournament. Those are really important to me too. So I'm going to keep fishing. You know, it's going to be an every weekend kind of thing now. Appreciate you watching. I'm going to leave you now with my best fish of the week. This was the fish I mentioned earlier that was 4.5 to 5 pounds, and she took a shaky head right off the edge of the dock. So this was the best fish of the week. Unfortunately, she wasn't there on tournament day, but we'll get her next time. Thanks for watching. All day.